The next stock review we have up on deck is Airbnb. So we're going to run this through my stock selection method. And here's an outline of what it is. The first thing is, do we understand the company, what it does? Is it a monopoly industry dominator? And is it on trend? So definitely understanding Airbnb is pretty easy, right? It's kind of the leader in the VRBO space. So it is an industry dominator. It is on trend. It has been on trend. It's like a new way for people to travel and get a place to stay overnight. They also do like a little bit of experiences, like you can book experiences like bike rides or tours of wineries or something on their website as well. But generally speaking, it is a vacation rental place where homeowners or people in real estate rent out their properties to individuals or families or whoever for mostly leisure travel, but sometimes business. It is not a monopoly because it doesn't have dominance over like hotel stays or stays in general. It's a specific niche they are hitting. The other thing that I want to say about the trend here is that Airbnb, while it was very popular for a very long time, it's kind of getting some backlash in the last couple of years because a lot of people's experiences when they stay at an Airbnb have been less than spectacular. Myself included in that, sadly. It's not sort of consistent, like the homeowners vary greatly on what kind of services or cleanliness they provide or something. And there's a lot to do with their cleaning fees, and people get kind of like nitpicky and upset about Airbnb, and sometimes rightly so. The other thing that I see sort of on the horizon with Airbnb that could become a larger problem is that there are a lot of counties and cities that are really saying, we're not going to allow any more Airbnbs in our jurisdictions. So we are no longer going to allow any more houses to be bought to become vacation rentals, and if they are, they're going to be highly taxed or regulated, how many there are. So this does long term put a bit of a dampering effect on Airbnb with its long term prospects. So we'll have to see how that goes. Anyway, so that's kind of like an overview of Airbnb, right? So the next thing that we're going to do is go to, are the 5-year, 1-year, and 3-month charts all up? So this is very important to me, that the charts look good. Like if they don't look good, I don't go any further as far as like thinking about investing on this in the stock until they do. And so the 5-year on Airbnb is down 21%. That's not good. The 1-year is down 18%. The last 3 months have been sort of like rough in the last month or like 2 weeks on stocks in general. So there are a few stocks that are good stocks that have had a not great 3 months here, because the date is Friday, August 9th, 2024. So if you've been in the market the last 2 weeks, you know that there's been a little bit of a sell-off. But, I could make an exception for a 3-month chart on Airbnb if the other two charts weren't good. I could be like, I'm going to put this on my watch list and wait for that to turn green before I go ahead and buy it and start options trading with it, if that was my intention. But all 3 charts are bad. So like I could make this video really short and just say, we're not going to go any further than this, because right now I would be done. I would be done looking at this. Okay. That's just, you can't fail this metric on 3 different charts and have me want to move forward with you. But we're going to go through the rest of the formula just to kind of show you something a little bit surprising to some people. It's going to be surprising because it's going to pass the next metric in a really beautiful way. So our revenue and gross profit on the financial statements up year over year. So this was actually surprising to me, and you will find stocks that are like this, but they're up. So it's like 3.3, 5.9, 8.3, 9.9 to 10 projected for this year. And then we want to look at total revenue. Those all have to be going up for us to be interested. Gross profit is also up. And like up in a nice way, but look, this year their profit isn't going up as much as we would like. We'd almost want to see that go more to the 9. But okay, so when we see something like this where the chart is going down, but the gross profit, the total revenue and gross profit are up, that can be pretty confusing on what to do here if you are new to the system. To me, it's not. To me, I know exactly what's going on here, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here. What's going on here is that this company is making money. It's doing good as a company overall. They maybe have some issues on the horizon. We'll have to see what they deal with, how they deal with that. But what I see is that basically, based on these stock charts, the institutions don't like the stock. That's the problem. They are not convinced right now to buy it. And is that because there's anything inherently wrong with the stock? I don't think so. I think it's actually that they're finding other things that they want to invest in. Oh, my dog. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully she's quiet for the rest of this. They're finding other stocks on the market that are more appealing to invest in. They're going into the Amazons and the Costcos and those types of stocks. They're actually making a really important decision to go ahead and do that. Why? Because those companies are older and more reliable. Airbnb is sort of like a newer concept. It's not a proven stock that's proven itself over time. And the institutional investors, they're conservative when it comes to those sorts of things. And they like, if they're going to take a chance on a new company, it's going to be something that's very, very on trend, like AI, which you've seen them do. There is a bit of an AI pullback right now, but like still when you look at their 5-year charts, they're way up. So those companies are super on trend. They're not like on a trend that could go away like Airbnb. Okay, so that kind of brings us to our next little point. This dog is getting annoyed. Do the institutions love the stock? No. They could, but it would take a pretty big pump in the market overall for them to go to Airbnb. So it could happen. It could happen, but we're going to wait for it to happen. We're going to wait for those charts to go up for us to be interested in it. So it's going to take some time. And we don't have to watch this closely because it's going to take a lot of time. Like we could check back on this in a year, and that wouldn't be too soon because it's going to take that long for those charts to start looking amazing. And then the bonus is with everything, does it pay a dividend? And Airbnb does not. It's too young of a company. There aren't enough profits for them to really share those around with shareholders.